Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. I am once again simulcasting on Rumble and Utizzle, and I hope this video finds you well. Thank you for joining me for the live stream, and also everybody who tunes in afterwards to watch the live stream. I really appreciate it. I got an educational meme on the screen, and I'm also going to play this video right here. It's a relaxation video. I've told you all about it. I got it on a loop. If you all want to get a clip of it, just to rest your nerves as you go through the day. But anyway, what do I usually do while I'm playing my relaxation video? I've got some videos I'll play while we have people come into the chats. Let's see what I guess I want to play this one here. I haven't had a chance to play it. Hi, Linda. Hi, Darla. I guess I'll save that for the end of the broadcast. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, that is a montage. I think it's missing a few. But I don't know how many boats have been sunk thus far. Did one get sunk today? They might have got one yesterday. But anyway, I'm going to play some videos while people file in and get themselves a cup of coffee or a cold brew, or a glass of wine, or maybe even a bourbon and Coke, whatever you want to rest your nerves. And then we're going to be like butter and a roll.
Democrat open borders plan trench single party rule explained in under 2 minutes. 1. Flood the country with untold millions of illegals by land, sea, and air from all over the world, enough to eclipse the populations of 36 individual U.S. states so far. 2. Prioritize the needs of these millions of non-citizens over the needs of the American citizen, with free flights, buses, hotels, meals, and phones, ensuring their loyalty to the political party that imported them. 3. Keep them in the country at all costs, even when they commit violent crime like murder and rape. Attack the language used to describe the criminals, as opposed to the criminals themselves. Slander critics as racist. 4. Ensure their privileges are made irrevocable with city and state sanctuary laws that act as population magnets. Codify permanent status and ensure non-cooperation with ICE. 5. Count the non-citizens in the census that will determine congressional apportionment in the House of Representatives. As of now, that would equal 13 extra congressional districts, a tremendous amount of electoral power. 6. Wage a massive, heavily funded lawfare campaign to change state voting laws that legalize mass signature verification and no proof of citizenship requirements, making it nearly impossible to prove voter fraud. 7. Lock in the permanent fealty to the Democrat Party. 8. Win elections. 9. Entrenched single-party rule has been achieved. The best part? Your tax.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
A tyrant. We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now, Donald Trump. And these titans of industry are not speaking up.
Storm zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm going with storm. They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
And he's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off. Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate
resists enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn, and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he sees as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it. We will take care of it.
Hi, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate everybody showing up. Dan Scavino posted this video. You know, it's not the first time he's posted these jets taking off. Now, this has got music with it, which I can do without. I don't want to get in trouble. But what do you think it means when he... Whoa, how come that didn't go off? What do you think it means? I'm trying to cut the speaker off because I found out something. If I get one copyright that affects my visibility, and I say, well, take the music out, it takes it out in all segments where there's music, which I don't want that. So I won't even play to copy. But anyway, what does this mean, folks? What does it mean when he posts this? I'll play a little bit of the music, I guess. Well, you'll just have to pretend you're hearing music. Means we're taking off. Means we're going off like a rocket. Is that what it means? So, I don't know. But anyway, let me do my hellos, everybody. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Darla, Sissy, Rain, Miss Mendersu, Robin, and Randy. Nice to see you, Randy. Whoa, where's my chat going? Ann's here. Ann, thank you for going by. Buy me a coffee. I appreciate it. Sissy, Roland, Rain's here. Pappy Two Bears. Miss Mendersu said, boom, 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 drink up. Oh, well, somebody must have, she must have gone by buy me a coffee too. This week it's been Mike and Bev and Ann and Shannon. I think Shannon's on Rumble. I got a video I got to upload to Rumble for Shannon. When I have a day off, I will upload it. And Gary, chairman of the board. And I appreciate it, everybody. I got a link in the description. Anybody wants to help the channel out? Hi, Linda. Let's see. Todd's here. Rain's here. Miss Mendersu. All right. So I don't know what it means. But I feel like something's happening. Well, we know it's happening. You know, we know it's going down, right? So days are numbered. That's Maduro. That's Maduro. I got some clips from Trump having his 60 minutes. I wonder if he's going to end up suing them again. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I watched most of it. And I got some clips. But she was interrupting, bossy, you know, condescending to our president. Some nitwit reporter. Hi, Elva. How you doing? All right. You were stuck for a long time, but you gave me a thumb. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can remember, folks. Helps the video get around. Hi, Jerry. Greg's here. All right. Yes, thumbs up are helpful. And share the videos. Here's my thumbnail. No denying it now. He's a commie. He's come out for Mom Dom. He gave her a private phone call. Bucking him up. I got some little reports on that too. But we already knew it, but now there's no denying it. He's a commie. And the memes are flying. Plan A, Plan B. They say they're up to their shenanigans with ballots being delivered and the usual games they play. Hi, Benjamin. So let's all hope that it's being very closely watched. And we see people get locked up. That's what we want to see. Did you all see Tom Homan? He was up, he was on Fox News, and this is a pretty good little summary from MAGA Voice. Breaking, Tom Homan just revealed President Trump is bringing 10,000 new agents to help deport illegal aliens. We got to look for the 10.5 million illegal aliens. Trump says 25 million. That came across the border in addition to 15 million already here. Oh, okay. That's 25.5 million. This is a huge win. So he said they're getting them in by January of next year. Boy, like I said, I wish I was back in my salad days. I'd be right there signing up. The Democrats, here they are. You're now at 16% approval. LOL. Hi, Gino. How you doing? Tennessee, how you doing? All right. Who'd I miss? Who looks sad? Who looked very sad, Rain? Talk about Tom Homan? We just kind of got a hound dog face. Hound dog, because he is a hound dog. He tracks them down like a hound dog. So, how about this? A Dan Screener put this up and said, don't show this to the liberals. Ha ha ha. Looks good to me. I like that to be poster size. Poster size. They're all having hissy fits over the ballroom. So, here's something I was talking about. The Democrats are getting pressured like they've never been pressured before, money-wise. Their funding is getting cut off from all these NGOs. And this was a lawsuit against Greenpeace. And part of where they lost that $345 million was for libelous statements, slandering the company. Remember I said that? Libel laws are very powerful. And you put stuff like this in with a lot of their operatives going to jail. Okay, their funding getting disrupted. Letitia James is getting sued for civil rights violations, for orchestrated slander against people who were canvassing about votes, and all kinds of stuff. So Trump was the one absorbing all their slings and arrows, as he put it. And now they got to absorb it. Okay? And their targets are everywhere. All right? And whatever money they got, wait till we start seeing, we know Fannie Willis is going to get screwed to the wall. And what's her name? Stacey Abrams. Her time's coming. But all these little commie groups that have popped up, supposed to be 1,000 points of light. When George Bush was talking about a new world order. Well, it's the old world order there. Old world order. Where is he at? Carney came out and apologized for that nonsense they pulled with Ronald Reagan. But he also gave a little speech. He apologized, and I guess it was sincere. Maybe we'll see. You know, Trump's got bigger fish to fry than Canada. You know, they screwed up. But here's Mark Carney. If you listen to him, he'll pretty much say the old world order that they thought was a new world order is pretty much done.
We're facing another hinge moment in history. Our world is undergoing one of the most profound shifts since the fall of the Berlin Wall. And that old world, the world in which APEC prospered, but also helped to foster, that old world of steady expansion of rules-based liberalized trade and investment, a world on which so much of our nation's prosperity, very much Canada's included, that world is gone.
Yeah, well, we're not finished. We got to get all the Marxist operatives out. All of them out. And and we see where they're infiltrated. They show themselves. They can't help but show themselves. Like this creep right here. They call him Q-Tip. You've seen him. His name's Elie Mystal. He's a guy. He's an attorney. And that's what I'm talking about with these law degrees. He trashes the Constitution as a white man's document, a racist comment. You know, we invite immigration into this country for people to be part of the American dream. If they want to be part of it, not take it apart, be a part of it. You know, and that, you know, maybe with a lot of them, it's a language problem, you know. Wait a minute, take apart the American dream. No, it's not what we're talking about. We're not talking in the same category. And we shouldn't allow people to practice law in front of the courtroom when they are openly disparaging the Constitution, working against the Constitution, and behaving in a racist manner. That should be a standard of practice, that you can't do that and have a law degree. And then you have judges that listen to this crap. That's why, you know, this business about impeaching Boasberg. And this latest judge, McConnell, ordering the Trump administration to pay out EBT when he doesn't have, he is not the one that declares an emergency. A governor does, or the president does. Okay, but he's saying, "Oh, this is an emergency EBT." Emergency for who? I was watching a Newsmax videos, short clip. Food stamps are $8.3 billion, right? A month. And I was saying the other night before last, that if 54% of the food stamp recipients are non-citizens, then, you know, I was thinking 54% of whatever the amount was. It's worse than that. It's 70% of the money every month goes to households with non-citizens or illegal aliens. So 70% of 8.3 or 8.4 billion, that'd be about $5 billion a month. So that's their game. They want Trump to cough up money to sustain these people that are keeping their unfair advantage in the House of Representatives through the census and their unfair advantage in electoral votes. That's all they're trying to do. And weaken the middle class, create class warfare. Hi, Mac, how you doing? Cynthia, nice to see you. Roland, nice to see you. That's right, when they join the bar. You don't have to join the bar, I don't believe. Well, they shouldn't get a law license. Outlandish, nice to see you. Okay, I was just looking through the chats. So, anyway, this Judge Bozoberg, here's what Trump put up day before yesterday, I think. Dave Bossy, Arctic frost accountability starts with impeaching Judge Boasberg. Yeah, he's a criminal. And he's got Marxist leanings. Now, and this Judge McConnell, who's trying to force payments on emergency basis to go out, he gave $700,000 to, Senator White House, his campaign, so he could get appointed to be a federal judge. And his wife was chairman of the Board of Education. All these conflicts of interest, everything that Trump's trying to get under control, they're trying to undermine him. They want those payments to go out to those illegal aliens. What is this one? Another Trump. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about this? Scott Adams. I'm sure a lot of you heard it. Trump said on it. Scott Adams said, on Monday, I will ask President Trump via X to help save my life. He offered to help me if I needed it. I need it. As many of you know, I have metastasized prostate cancer. My healthcare provider, Kaiser of Northern California, approved my application for a newly FDA-approved drug called Pluvicto. But they have dropped the ball in scheduling the brief IV to administer it, and I can't seem to fix that. You know what? I hate to think this way, but I hope somebody didn't pick him out of spite and cancel that appointment because of his opinions. And if they did, and they get caught, God help them. But anyway, I'm declining fast. I will ask President Trump if he can get Kaiser of Northern California to respond and schedule it for Monday. That will give me a fighting chance to stick around on this planet a little bit longer. It's not a cure, but it does give good results to many people. And Trump said, on it. On it. So there's been other, Bobby Kennedy reached out to him. How can I get a hold of you? And then somebody, I guess, that's affiliated with Twitter, got them together on. I've got it in here somewhere. So anyway, I heard through Jack Posobiec that his appointment is scheduled for tomorrow. His appointment is scheduled for tomorrow. But, call me jaded for thinking that maybe a chance that somebody singled him out to cancel his appointment because they want him to perish, because they disagree with him. Call me jaded. But when you see crap like the left is putting out, how vicious they are and heartless, gross. Let me show you some examples. I talked about this night before last. These so-called teachers that said math teachers, math department, faculty, problem solved. Mocking Charlie Kirk. So I do have a notion in my mind that they would be that disgusting. Adam Francisco, a lot of people put this up. San Francisco Vale School District gaslights the entire country by saying their math teachers' blood-soaked problem-solved T-shirts had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Go to their page on Facebook and let them know how you feel. Well, they were saying, let me find that print won't show up very good on this one. I'll find another one. They're saying you wore the same outfits last year. Oh, you did? So you had foreknowledge? Or was it a coincidence? Oh, wait a minute. There are no coincidences, right? You either had foreknowledge or you're lying. Here, this was posted. Here, they're all identified right here. What a gross bunch of Alan, I don't know, on Sang or Benji Gokong, Amber Udenik, Erica Gomez, Robert Fosdick, Lurimi Abinio, Stephen Keck, Teresa Mullen. There they are. These are people interacting with your children and getting paid by the state. And they probably can't even read or write properly. I'm trying to see where the school put out a disclaimer. Here it is. Vale School District. We understand that the recent social media post showing members of Siniga's math department wearing shirts that say problem solved has caused some confusion and concern. The shirts were worn in reference to solving math problems. Any references that these shirts related to something other than that are simply false and untrue. Yeah, all got blood run down the left side. The staff wearing them care deeply about children. Most of them live in our community and have served families in Vail for many years. These shirts were worn both this year and last year. Were they soaked in blood on the left side? You liar. As part of a math-themed Halloween costumes or not intended as a reference to any person, event, or political issue. You would have to be living under a log somewhere to not know what that image would provoke, what kind of feelings that would provoke. I hope they get sued for the intentional infliction of emotional distress. We apologize. Well, apologizing ain't good enough. For the wearing the shirts cause concern or upsetting to some. That was absolutely not the intent. Bull. We're sorry that your shirts. We're sorry, and the shirts will not be worn again. They better not be. It's a hard lesson for all of us. You have no shame. You can't. You're only scared for your job. You don't have any shame. Where was I at? Wait a minute. Yeah, let me see. More thought and care need to be taken in these times. Please know the lesson has been learned. Well, it's too damn late. I think your school district should be sued and everybody involved should be fired. And not kicked over to poison some other environment where children are. They should be flagged. Flagged as people who are domestic terrorists, as far as I'm concerned. When you put that kind of imagery up and laugh about it. We are also saying that this situation has called into question the character of people who truly love children, like the ones who mutilate them and cut their genitals off, that they love children too. And will put their life on the line to help make your BS. We ask for your grace. Well, Oh, we'll forgive you, but we won't forget you. And grace, you can get that from ask God for that, or go to your preacher. But you're not going to get it from us. We also want to express concern that some individuals are being targeted online as a result of this. Oh, now they're the victims. Personal attacks or threats against staff are unacceptable. Oh, now they're going to preach to us. Now they're going to preach to us. Do not reflect the values of our community. No, they need to go. We appreciate those who reached out with their concerns and hope this explanation provides clarity and reassurance. No, it doesn't. It proves you're a liar. That's the only thing we're clear about. The only thing we're reassured about, just like with Obama endorsing Mamdani, we're reassured and clarified that he's a commie, okay? He's always been a commie. We were defrauded. We were duped when Obama got in office. Never mind Dopey Joe. That's what's clear. The Vale School District remains committed to maintaining safe and nurturing school communities where the children can obtain a quality education. I'm going to quote Donald Trump. Rotten to hell. Apology not accepted, because it's not an apology. It's a big line of BS. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody intentionally disrupted Scott Adams' appointment. And I hope it gets found out if it happened. And that bunch involved gets their eyeballs sued out of their head and they lose their job. And the company that hired them pays a price. So they'll start looking at social media from now on before they hire people. Look at this garbage. Matt Walsh put this out. The left will kill you, celebrate your death, and mock your grieving loved ones. This is what we're up against. You want to get a screenshot of this and crop it and put it in your Facebook. Demons who will piss on your grave and spit on your widow as she mourns. This is your enemy. What more do they need to do for you to see that? And who posted this? Kyle Kalinske. The one with the dyed hair or yellow, married to what, Crystal Ball? What the hell what she's thinking about? I got no damn idea. But here's what he put: secular talk, Kyle Kalinske. Secular? You're not secular. You're a heretic. You're a demon. Fake grieving widow grifter costume. He's a good one right there. If they can do what they did to Alex Jones over his questioning of the Sandy Hook situation and got him for $1 billion for the intentional infliction of emotional distress, among other things, Erica, here's one. Crystal's got money. They're spouses. He's got money. You know he gets at least $8,000 a month for putting up these videos he puts up. Part of the Soros bunch, paid creators. So yeah, I am pretty convinced in my own heart of hearts that somebody interfered with Scott's treatment. And they straightened it out real damn quick after he reached out to Trump. Real damn quick. Let's see. Who did I see? Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. Nice to see you. Cynthia. Oh, you're able to walk? Good, yeah. Got to keep moving. The physical therapy. K&S Cleanup, how you doing? Awesome. All right. So anyway, wow, I didn't mean to. Well, yeah, I did mean to. I'm sick of these animals. These animals, they are savage. You know, you start going through. I knew it back when I was a kid. I was reading about the Bolshevik Revolution. I told you I've read Rise and Fall of the Third Reich twice. Okay, I know what these people are made of. They're bereft of any morals. They don't have any morals. And they're savage. Here you are right here. Notice they didn't put Mom Dommy's face on this. Better pick up the pace, Newsweek. Better pick up the pace. You put in the least harmful of the ones he's endorsed. Obama rallies for Spamberger, Sherrill in governor's races. Yeah, and Mom Dommy, the commie, okay? Former President Barack Obama is campaigning in New Jersey and Virginia to energize the Democrat turnout ahead of Democrat turnout that could serve as a barometer for the party's prospects under President Trump's second term. I got a notice on the phone. Here we go. Here it is. I don't do these AI searches. I don't ask for this. It comes on my phone as a notification. It's like having some propagandist being able to tap you on the shoulder any time of the day or night, having one of these phones. Hey, got something to tell you. What? Barack Obama called C0MMIE Monday, political mayoral candidate for New York City, on November 1st. It says, provide a detailed summary. I never asked for that. On November 1st, 2025, former President Barack Obama called Zohran Mamdani, the Democratic candidate and current frontrunner in New York City mayoral election, to praise his campaign and offer a sounding board if Mamdani wins. The private phone call lasted about 30 minutes. Key details of the conversation and context surrounding it include, please tell me, what did it include? This is so important to our nation. Praise for the campaign. Obama expressed Mamdani's campaign was, quote, impressive to watch. Impressive to who? Stalin? Offer advice. Obama offered to serve as a resource or sounding board for the young candidate in the future, particularly regarding the challenges of potentially leading the nation's largest city and staffing a new administration. Focus on a, quote, new kind of politics. According to a Mamdani campaign spokesman, Mamdani appreciated President Obama's words of support and their conversation on the importance of bringing a new kind of politics to our city. That's what you call a talking point. Use capital letters for each part except of new kind of politics. Oh, what's that? You read this paragraph. Nothing but platitudes, BS, and then it just repeats. A new kind of politics. So all the parents are going to run out there parroting the same thing. Well, it's a new kind of politics. What does that mean? Well, it's a new kind of politics. I'm intelligent, can't you see? I know that they're doing a new kind of politics in this moment in time. Another talking point. context of the race. The call occurred just days before New York City's general election on November 4th, 2025. Mamdani, a state assemblyman and self-described democratic socialist, I'll play where Trump said, no, he's just a communist. His favorite to win against his main rivals, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, running as an independent, and Republican nominee Curtis Silva. I'd like to see Silva just shock them all, even if he wins by a half a point. Significance. Obama's intervention is seen as a significant boost for Mamdani, who has faced criticism from opponents who portray him as too far left and inexperienced for a role of mayor. Mamdani is poised to become the city's first Muslim mayor if he wins. Be a part of America, not take it apart with communism and zeroing in on this Muslim identity. Here, I got one of his latest. Here, he's reaching out to people in New York. Where is his? He put an ad up. Here it is. There he is. He's getting ready. Hello, my name is Zohran Mamdani. Well, that's a good way to start it off. I'll play it. See what you think.
مرحبا، أنا اسمي زهران ممداني وعم رشح حالي ليكون العمدة الجديد في مدينة نيويورك. بعرف شو عم تفكروا، شكلي كأني صهركم من الشام، بس العربي تبعي بده شوي. يوم أطلب دعمكم يوم 4 نوفمبر. العيشة بنيويورك صارت غالية للكل. ازيك يا باشا؟ كل شيء تمام؟ وصار صعب نعيش فيها ونربي أولاد. أنا كعمدة رح جمة الإيجاب. فيني أقنعك إنه الكنافة النابلسية بستاينواي أطيب من نيوجيرسي، بس بوعدكم إني رح أشتغل بكل جهدي لأسهل الصغيرة وتدفعوا إيجاركم وتبنوا مستقبلكم في مدينة نيويورك. التصويت المبكر مفتوح الآن حتى 2 نوفمبر، ويوم الانتخابات يوم 4 نوفمبر. أنا منكم وإليكم، سنراكم.
Yeah, sure. Here's another one. Zeroing in. Somali-born Maine representative trashes America. But at least she does it in some kind of English, some form of English. Y'all probably understand it better than me. I don't know.
So coming into the States, everything from the snow to, you know, the housing, the homes that we were all of a sudden occupying, everything was a shock, honestly. Every day was something new, and I'm like, oh my God, this is just getting worse. Yeah,
So what state did you guys land first of all? Kansas City.
Of all places, yeah. It was like a boot camp for Maine, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just like, right, like, I mean, anyone who lives in Maine knows Maine and has ever visited Kansas, they will know what I'm talking about. It's just a lot to deal with as a person of color, honestly, or a black person.
Yeah, race-centered, complaining about the snow and the houses. You could be in Somalia having flies going in and out of your mouth, okay, with somebody standing behind you with an AK-47. How about that? But you're trashing America? And how the hell do you get in position to run for office? Here's something else that somebody's come up with here. What's this? Hindus in North Carolina have acquired over 130 acres to build a huge temple featuring a 155-foot statue of Lord Murugan, the Hindu god of war. God of War. The statue will be taller than the Statue of Liberty. We already heard about that one in Texas that Abbott's trying to take care of. But anyway, here. Y'all might want to get a brochure, see if you want to move down to this place. See if you'll fit in. The Murugan Temple. Why would they have a temple named after God of War? How many times have I put this up? I guess Obama will be maybe backing them up too, because this was a real Newsweek cover. Here they're hollering with Trump, no kings, no kings. But they want these judges to act like kings. These judges who put out edicts, pay for EBT for non-citizens and everybody under the sun. Well, you don't have that power under the Constitution. Yes, I do. I'm a local judge. But anyway, there's Obama. I guess that's the Hindu. She's a goddess of destruction, or caller of the herd. Calls the herd. That's the same Hindu goddess they've got in the World Health Organization, the room they meet in. They got that statue in there. Call the herd. And there's a real Newsweek article that called Obama the god of all things. How many times you see those pictures of him with a stupid halo over his head? And then they're hollering no kings about Trump. When Trump is following every court order, and doing exactly what he promised and what we elected him to do. That's not a king, okay? You nitwits. Well, maybe this is the answer. I've shown a similar graph like this before. Americans held per 1,000 adults in mental institutions, mental hospitals. See the big change? When did that happen? It happened after they completed the coup. They started the coup when they assassinated Kennedy. They didn't completely finish it where they could make all of these crazy lunatic changes. Start the climate change terror operation. That's exactly what it is. A ridiculous notion. They closed down the mental institutions, started probably putting people with mental illnesses in government positions. And, here, calm down. We'll pay you a big salary, and you start pushing for 9-month abortions, climate change fears, talk about, get all the lunatics working for you, right? But after they got rid of Nixon, exactly the time when they got rid of Nixon. Goddess of destruction, yeah. Iliad. How you doing? Yeah, they can go wash their feet, go to the bathroom in the middle of the street and do all that stuff in their own country. We don't need that crap around here. They'll never change. They'll never change. It's oil and water. That's why Trump put this out yesterday. As I have said for years, Obamacare is a disaster. Rates are going through the roof for really bad health care. Do something, Democrats. Well, it's just nationalizing a third of our economy for communist designs. Here's something for your meta. No one goes anywhere until the illegals get free health care. What the hell is wrong with these people? Sheba, yeah, it's Sheba or Shiva? I think you're right, Sheba. Goddess of destruction, calls the herd. Let me put up some stuff Trump put up. This is a long one here. And it's a good question to start off. Why would anyone vote for New Jersey and Virginia gubernatorial candidates when they want transgender for everybody, men playing in women's sports, high crime, and the most expensive energy prices almost anywhere in the world? That's it right there. That's the whole kit and caboodle. They're not going to convince me. The majority of the people in those two states are for the things he just enumerated. Oh, I'm just reading Outlandish here. I hope it turns out all right. Vote Republican for massive energy cost reductions, large-scale tax cuts, and basic common sense. Under President Trump, gasoline will come down to approximately $2 a gallon. I predicted $1.99. Just like after Reagan got into office, it went to 99 cents and stayed there. For how long? Almost 20 years? Very soon, with the Democrats, you'll be paying $4, $5, and $6 a gallon. Your electric and other energy costs will likewise soar. Vote Republican for a great and very affordable life. All you'll get for voting Democrat is unrelentingly high crime, energy prices through the roof, men playing in women's sports, and heartache. They've got to be doing things on a massive scale to get these communists in these positions. For all those people voting in New Jersey and Virginia for governor, attorney general, or any other position, please remember this. A Republican vote means a drastic drop in energy prices and energy costs. A drop like you've never seen before. That's a big promise, but I believe he'll come through with it. I think he's got something up his sleeve with the energy. A Democrat vote means doubling and even tripling your energy bills and prices, traditionally the highest cost of an American citizen. So if you vote Republican, or your own energy costs are going to go down tremendously. If you vote Democrat, your energy costs are going to go through the roof, making energy virtually unaffordable for you and your family to pay. Also, remember, if you don't go to the polls and vote, it's the same thing as voting for a Democrat. Oh, my word. So go to the polls and cut your energy costs in half. Like they say, people vote with their wallets. I know the food stamp bunch does. The only thing in their wallets is other people's money, benefit money. What's this one? Justin, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth reveals major success achieved after President Trump's meeting with China President Xi Jinping. Admiral Dong and I agreed that we should set up military-to-military channels to deconflict and de-escalate any problems that arise. We have more meetings on that coming soon. God bless both China and the USA. Trump is stabilizing the world. Peace through strength first, and then comes the pain. I believe that. Here is what I had in my title. I didn't get a copy of the video. I watched it very quickly, but there are bodies on the ground. This is in Mexico. Cartel fighting Mexican mayor Carlos Manzo gunned down during Day of Dead celebration. And that's their equivalent of Halloween. Remember, Trump said he thought that Steinberg Baum was afraid for her life, too. Said the same thing about Pritzker and others involved. Cartel's got a long green. They got a long reach. So that was a innocuous screenshot, but you have people laying around. He wasn't the only one that got it, I'll put it that way. I think this is a clip. I got two similar clips. One that includes where Trump says that affirms, he's asked if Maduro's days are numbered. And he affirms that his days are numbered. But he goes on to tell the reporter, I'm not telling you what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'm not sure if that's the clip or not. But let's see what this clip. I hate the ones with the dark screen. I can't tell what they are. But let's see.
Are Maduro's days as president numbered?
I would say, yeah. I think so, yeah.
And this issue of potential land strikes in Venezuela, is that true?
I don't tell you that. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or untrue, but I wouldn't.
Why would we do it?
I wouldn't be inclined to say that I would do that, but because I don't talk to a reporter about whether or not I'm going to strike.
You know what? This whole interview was full of what they call jump cuts, where they would take even a fraction of a second to make it seem like Trump was answering in a flippant way or irresponsible way. They don't let him clarify. Look at the look on her face. How would you like to have to deal with somebody looking at you like that? Who the hell does she think she is? But that's the thing about the media. Cowtown to the Marxist money. And I think this is a shorter clip that came up first that excluded the part about Maduro's days being numbered.
Orhan Mandami, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the front
Communist, not socialist.
He's far worse than a socialist. Some people
this is about. I'll start this over again. Whoa, wait a minute. This is about Mamdani. No pretending now. And same with Obama. No denying it now. They're communists. And Trump plops it out there, plump and plain.
Orhan Mandami, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the front
Communist, not socialist. Communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
Yeah, commies, once you get to know them, they're ugly as hell. Inside and out. Inside and out. Here's another clip here. From the 60 Minutes interview. But they take advantage of everything they can take advantage of. If they get away with it, they'll screw with the mic, they'll screw with the lighting, they'll screw around with the editing, the jump cuts, anything. And they're very well practiced at trying to make people look bad or trying to convey a message other than the spirit of the message the person is being interviewed wants to say. But anyway, let me see what this clip is.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Well, yeah, because you have to get the. You have to look at the people. Many of them
The tactics are necessary because politicians and judges are inciting people to resist, evade, harass. It's reactionary. But Trump, he handles it good as usual.
are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their criminals.
Well, you promised in your campaign that you were going to deport the worst of the worst. Violent criminals, rapists.
Well, that's what we're
but
doing.
A lot of the people that your administration has arrested and deported aren't violent criminals. Landscapers, nannies, construction workers,
landscapers,
farm workers.
No, look.
The family of you.
The policy has to be, you came into the country illegally, you're going to go out. However, you've also seen, you're going to go out, we're going to work with you, and you're going to come back into our country.
They're going to try, they're going to try, forget that. They are trying to create a policy or the dream of a policy that it's only violent criminals and you can't touch anybody wandering around this country illegally if they hadn't committed a violent crime. All these millions can stay. That's, excuse me, the only hope they have for staying in power. The only hope they have. You know, I tell you what, this is interesting. This is video of Trump before he went to the interview. He's going to, I thought he was going to look at the new Air Force One. That's the ship being refurbished, the plane being refurbished from Qatar. But he's actually going by Trump Force One, the campaign plane. So I don't know what this was all about. What do you all think this little visit to Trump Force One was all about?
Let's just continue to watch this and wait as President Trump there returning to Washington, D.C. and the White House tonight. You can see there maybe potentially rolling past Air Force One to get on a different plane of some kind. So not exactly sure what's going on here. We do have kind of a jumbled shot as the press gathering potentially at the bottom of this staircase to ask any questions of the president about the ongoing conversations around U.S.-China trade tensions or federal government shutdown. So this is just what we're watching and waiting here. The beast is pulled up. The stairs are that way. At the end of this, the press is arriving. So plenty of different headlines in terms of President Trump and this administration that we're going to get into. We'll see if they head to Air Force One right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, what business is attended to inside of that vehicle, but you can see as they are coming over from this plane to a different plane, from one President Trump's plane, one that we've seen a time or two on the campaign trail late last year, almost exactly this time last year, leading up to the election, the mandate that was in that presidential election in 2024. So the beast is now moving around. President Trump soon to depart for the White House. Anticipation over any questions. We've been watching this feed for about 15 minutes or so, as at the top of the hour, just about 5:15 local time on the East Coast, heads back to Washington, D.C., potentially to broker a deal to reopen the government. We'll see if Democrats and Republicans can come together in that way. Back on the ground one more time there on the tarmac. President Trump going to get on board Air Force One.
So he was there for about 15 minutes on Trump Force One. Democrats and Republicans don't need to get together on anything. Just reopen the damn government. So that's what all they need to do, okay? Here's John Brennan. This guy asked him about the cover-up with Hunter Biden's laptop. Is that Zohran Mamdani? Who's that standing in the center in the purple shirt? Don't forget, purple's the color revolution. But I tell you what, well, let me play the video.
Why wouldn't you know on the Hunter Biden? Why? Because I think, and you misrepresented that. We never said it was disinformation. We said it was Russian influence operations, which is what they do. There's a big difference between influence operations. No, you don't know that. Yes, Comey knew. Comey knew.
The literature said it had all the hallmarks of.
Yeah, you come and poke me in the chest, see what happens. One of us would be picking their behind up off the ground, and it wouldn't be me. Here's clandestine. Soon, it will be time to go to 40,000 feet. That's where I try to stay. Hillary's former aide, Huma Abedin, is connected to the Muslim Brotherhood and is married to Alex Soros. Both the Muslim Brotherhood and Soros have infiltrated the U.S. government and have been destroying this nation from within. They're not the only ones. George Soros is the one who brought up all the left-wing politicians, controls prosecutors and judges across the nation, and was the main architect behind the USAID money laundering scheme that he used to fund left-wing terrorism, to include Antifa. And don't forget, vote Act Blue, that money, and a great many other things. Now we have Obama and the Democrats trying to prop up Mamdani as the next young and up-and-coming, let me see, Democrat. The enemies of this nation knew they could never stand up to us in direct military confrontation. So they sought to infiltrate us and destroy us from within. And in many ways, they succeeded. Yeah, they have. However bad you think our situation was, it was worse. We were a centimeter away from the end of humanity as we know it. And that is, here's a picture of them all like worms in a clump of dirt. There they are. There's the Clintons and Huma and Alex Soros. And what about these Alwani brothers? Was that their name? With Debbie Wasserman Schultz, how many years old is that scandal? They took off from Pakistan, left behind a computer, a laptop, letting us know that they got a lot of our information for a foreign government. And that's one of many things. Dianne Feinstein's Chinese chauffeur, Swalwell's spy, girlfriend Fang Fang. We haven't heard anything about that. Like I said, the Alwani brothers. Dave Bossy, the Arctic Frost accountability starts with impeaching Judge Boasberg. What's going to come out about Boasberg? I think he's going to end up in jail, along with Jack Smith. I'm going to play a clip I played in the past, but Clandestine has brought it up once again. The Dems took our tax dollars and gave it to tens of millions of illegals and then encouraged them to vote in the elections. In 2016, Obama even directly told illegals they will not be tracked or deported if they go to vote. Yes, he did. I talked about that in the past. I played the clip in the past. Because liberals always go, source, what's your source? And then they tried to kill Trump for exposing this plot. This is the great battle for the Republic. This is what the government shutdown is about. This is why the Dems left the border open and refused to pass election fraud, voter ID laws. This is why Dems refuse to enforce the law and stop crime in their cities. This is why the Dems don't want National Guard, U.S. military, and ICE to come to their cities. It all revolves around the Democrats keeping their army of illegal voters. And here he is. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
If you want to vote and you show up at your polling place, they can't stop you from voting. They can't stop you from voting. If people want to know how to vote, then you can go to iwillvote.com. The fact of the matter is that we give our power away all the time. You know, we tell ourselves, oh, it's hard, it's not going to matter, it's not going to count. And the powers that be, they're counting on us giving our power away.
Many of the millennials, dreamers, undocumented citizens, and I call them citizens because they contribute to this country, are fearful of voting. So if I vote, will immigration know where I live? Will they come for my family and deport us?
Not true.
Okay.
And the reason is, first of all, when you vote, you are a citizen yourself, and there is not a situation where the voting rolls somehow are transferred over and people start investigating, etc. The sanctity of the vote is strictly confidential in terms of who you voted for. If you have a family member who maybe is undocumented, then you have an even greater reason to vote.
Yeah, that's the other reason why, again, once they completed the coup and got rid of Nixon, I think is when they took off full steam on this anchor baby concept, which is illegal. People born of people here with an illegal presence are not citizens. Although Trump is not going to war over that because it's a 50-year-old fraud that's been committed or more, 60-year-old. But they're fraudulent citizens, even though no country can survive that way. People creeping in, sneaking in, coming into this country illegally, having a child. Give me food stamps, give me housing. That's insane. And no other country's ever done it in the history of the world or anywhere in the world to this day, except this dopey country that keeps elect or allowing to be elected, so-called elected, air quotes, morons. Here. Hey, is his name Brandon Johnson? What's that, mayor of Chicago? You got things under control. It's really a great city to live in. So what you just witnessed there was a carjacking. Like animals. They drove by, saw him, and parked the car up the street and ran down to accost him with a... How old do you think a child was? Yeah, I was just letting the video play, guys. How old do you think that child was? And they hit the guy, robbed him, took his keys, and took off with the vehicle. And he's lucky because they don't have any concern for a child. And that was in Chicago, right? Illinois, right? Well, what did Illinois vote for? Let me see. They voted to prevent ICE from going anywhere near a courthouse. That and a number of other things. And they passed these dopey bills at like 4:30 in the morning. Listen to this guy.
Hey everybody, it's State Senator Chapin Rhodes. It's 4:28 a.m. on Halloween. General Assembly just wrapped up its fall veto session. That's the state capitol behind me. And I'm not kidding you, it's literally 4:28 a.m. The Democrats raised your power bills. The Democrats put illegals over the safety of the citizens of the state of Illinois. The Democrats stole your downstate transportation funds, the motor fuel tax, the sales tax you pay on motor fuel tax. They stole it and sent it to the CTA in Chicago. That is the record of J.B. Pritzker and the Democrats who run this state.
Dark of night. That's what we call it. The dark of night. They pass things to protect illegal aliens. They raised the power bills. And they stole the motorist fees that they collect. Illinois it's awful. This is a good video right here. For commies need to watch this. And it's done that they can understand it. Throw away your econ textbooks. This is the only lesson on inflation you'll ever need. Ha ha!
If monkeys have one banana, banana rare, banana valuable. But if monkeys grow more bananas, banana become common, banana not as valuable. Demand pull inflation. If monkeys demand more banana, but banana farmer makes same amount, banana price go up because banana more rare. Cost push inflation. If banana demand is the same, but banana farmer have less banana to sell, banana price go up because banana become more rare. Production cost inflation. Monkey buys banana. Monkey eat banana. Life is good. Monkey tell monkey friends about banana store. Monkeys buy all the bananas. Banana farmer has to plant more banana tree, but banana seed become more expensive. So, banana farmer raise price of banana to cover costs. Monetary inflation. If banana demand is the same and banana supply is the same, but monkeys have more leaves than usual to buy banana, banana price go up because now leaves are not worth as much as before. Hyperinflation. Price of banana goes up, so monkey government decides to create more leaves so monkeys can afford banana. So monkeys buy more banana, but banana price goes up to keep up with banana demand. So monkey government creates more leaves, but price of banana goes up to keep up with more demand. So monkey government creates more leaves. Price of banana goes up. So monkey government creates more leaves. This is getting ridiculous. Eventually, monkey government burns all the leaves and starts making sticks its new currency. Inflation is not necessarily bad for Monkey. If Monkey's amount of leaves goes up at the same rate as price of banana, Monkey happy. If Monkey's amount of leaves goes up but banana price stays the same, Monkey rich as fuck. If Monkey's leaves stay the same but banana price go up, Monkey poor. Monkey sad. Monkey is all of us. To avoid inflation, Monkey should invest banana, as this will grow more banana with time. Sometimes inflation can get really bananas. Please subscribe.
Ha ha ha. Who's this bunch? What's this guy's name? Oh, I thought they had their name on there. I don't know. I got it off of Truth Social. But anyway, here we're going to get back to Trump at 60 minutes. Let me get those clips taken care of. Let's see what else is going on here. See what she's talking about. Trying to trip up Trump.
One potential flashpoint with China, probably the potential flashpoint with China in the coming years, is over the issue of Taiwan. The Chinese military is encroaching on Taiwan's sea lanes, its airspace, its cyberspace. I know you have said that Xi Jinping wouldn't dare move militarily on Taiwan while you're in office. But what if he does? Would you order U.S. forces to defend Taiwan?
You'll find out if it happens. And he understands the answer to that.
Why not say
This
it?
never even came up yesterday as a subject. He never brought it up. People were a little surprised at that. He never brought it up because he understands it, and he understands it very well.
Do you mind if I ask, when you say he understands, why not communicate that publicly to the rest of us? What does he understand?
I don't want to give away. I can't give away my secrets. I don't want to be one of these guys that tells you exactly what's going to happen if something happens. The other side knows, but I'm not somebody that tells you everything because you're asking me a question, but they understand what's going to happen, and he has openly said, and his people have openly said at meetings, we would never do anything while President Trump is president because they know the consequences.
Yeah. They know the consequences. Here's, Trump posted this one. Donald Trump put this up. California sheriff explains how Gavin Newsom steals elections. Well, yeah, I had to get that one. Here we go. Let's see. How does he steal elections? Let me cut my mic off so it'll play louder.
It's structured. We see quite a few flaws. You're able to register even if and cast a vote if you don't live in the country, as evident of his brother in Pakistan. And I think we have some evidence of 2 or 3 other people out of the country that voted. Is that correct?
Yeah, approximately 2 or 3 other people out of the country, as well as people residing outside of the district.
Okay. The online voter registration system, it seems to be an honor system. Anybody can put information in there to register to vote. All you have to do is click a box and say that you're not lying, and then you'll get an email from the Secretary of State or something in the mail saying thank you for registering to vote, and there you are. Once you're on the voter rolls, anytime an election comes around, guess what? You get mailed a ballot, right? You get mailed something to vote. So we found that a little bit problematic.
The honor system. Yeah, that's a laugh. The honor system in mail-in voting, that'll always work, won't it? Dan Scavino put this up. Dan Scavino put this up. Do you think this means anything? Point of view. When the plane makes a weird noise and you're trying to act cool, but your soul has already left your body. Maybe he thought it was just kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Let me see. What else have I got of this? I think that's it for the... I'm sure there's more clips going to come out about the 60 Minutes deal. But here is a clip I didn't get to play. Let me see. Day before yesterday. No, oh no, this is a new one. This happened. This is somebody, I think, going and opening the door of an ICE vehicle to try to get somebody they already detained, get them out, and help them escape. I hope they arrested this person, but you'll see at the very end they get to spray some of them in the face.
Hey! 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 No! No!
They rammed a vehicle in the back. Did you see that? And you hear the whistles in the background. That's all part of their harassment program. It's a harassment program, and they ought to call it exactly that. Harassing law enforcement. Going around blowing those damn whistles. Here, let me see what this is. Justin. Eric Doherty put this up. Justin, DHS is currently fighting off bounties being placed on ICE agents' heads in Chicago amid massive encouragement of violence from Democrats. Narco-terrorists in Mexico, which we just saw they had assassinated the mayor, are reportedly working in coordination with domestic extremist groups to place bounties worth thousands of dollars on the heads of federal immigration officers in Chicago. Disgusting. The left needs to call off their army.
As we approach it, breaking right now, as we just mentioned, narco-terrorists in Mexico are reportedly working in coordination with domestic extremist groups to place bounties worth thousands of dollars on the heads of federal immigration officers in Chicago. That is according to DHS, who are now slamming what they are calling an organized campaign of terror against agents just trying to do their jobs. Tricia McLaughlin from DHS will join us with more on all of that in moments.
Which is all in the video. There was state troopers. And there's something going to give way there. Something's going to crack. With the state troopers aren't putting up with this garbage. Here is another sick example of the left. Charlie Kirk neck massages. Tell me these people aren't ate up with demonic spirits. They're ate up with the devil. You know, it's a good thing the right is slow to anger. A very good thing. What's this one? Oh, this is where Scott Adams put the tweet out about his appointment being canceled. Robert F. Kennedy said, "Scott, how do I reach you? The president wants to help." And I'm not sure how Twitter works, or who Chamath Palihapitiya Batia, I'm not sure who that is. It says just connected you guys via text. And then after that came out the post from Sobek that his appointment was on. Up and running. He'll be getting taken care of tomorrow. Here's Trump again. Seth Meyers of NBC may be the least talented person to perform live in the history of television. In fact, he may be the worst to perform live or otherwise. I watched a show the other night for the first time in years. In it, he talked endlessly about electric catapults on aircraft carriers, which I complained about as not being as good as much less expensive steam catapults. On and on he went, a truly deranged lunatic. Why does NBC waste its time and money on a guy like this? No talent, no ratings, 100% anti-Trump, which is probably illegal. All part of their psychological combat operations, as far as I'm concerned. What's this one? Oh, Real America's Voice. A reporter said this to Trump. By the way, Mr. President, by the way, you won Georgia 3 times. Brian Clinton TV has a fun exchange with POTUS in the Oval Office. And remember, that was the whole basis for Fani Willis to go after Trump. And also one of the reasons Boasberg was going after Trump, because they say he tried to illegally overturn the election when he was really lawfully trying to expose fraud.
By the way, you won Georgia 3 times.
Yeah, I agree. Do you agree with me?
I
and
do.
He's the media.
For someone that spends a lot of time in Georgia, I believe you won that. Okay. I really have a question about
the word believe isn't strong enough, right?
Yeah,
you know.
I know. There you go.
It's true. I know I won.
You know it. Believe isn't strong enough. You know it. Well, at least you got that far with him. Here's something else from Trump. So bad. Criminal organizations in Mexico have been, we just saw that report, offering thousands. Here it is, $2,000 for gathering intelligence or doxing agents. Family photos, family details and photos get you $2,000, $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults on standard ICE CBP officers. Up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. Our ICE officers are facing more than 1,000% increase in assaults against them. Not threats, actual assaults. Under President Trump and Secretary Noem, every criminal, terrorist, and illegal alien will face American justice. They're arresting people for crap they did back in June. Yeah. They're getting their ducks in a row before they actually come. That tells me they got a grand jury going. They're not just charging willy-nilly. They're getting grand juries together. This is Nate the lawyer put this one up. I have got a little collection of all kinds of judges. Remember I said years ago, judges can be removed, and I talked about a judge that I was familiar with the situation. He ended up getting removed, and it's usually quiet. It's not public. It's handled discreetly. And my point was that judges are not immune. Judges can be removed, and they need to do it more often. So there's been one of them got forced to resign because she was urinating in public. This one here was removed for lying under oath and insurance fraud and stolen valor. So if you look around on YouTube, you'll see a lot of these stories about judges. And people think, I don't know what they think, but they're out of their minds if they think judges are immune. Here's a relaxation video. This is an extended version where this person rammed the back of that car. This is, I think they cut this video off. Let me see if they got to the point where they were trying to help that person escape that had been put in the van. Let me see.
An accident was caused. They're attacking a person.
This was before the big crowd showed up.
Do you have paper? My name is Andy Buymeacoffeemountainman. I'm a United States citizen. Get back. That's all you can do. Get back. Get back. There's no place. There's no place. Hey, don't put your hands on people. Hey, get your hands up. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Back up. Don't put your hands on me. Back up. Don't put your hands on me. Nobody's touching you. Nobody's touching you. Get your hands up. Please. Get your hands up. He's not. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. What the fuck? Keep back. Keep back. Keep back. What are you doing? Leave him alone. Get off of him. Get back.
These guys, a little class in submission holds would give them a big benefit. A little class in submission holds. This guy should have been wrapped up. But anyway.
You fuckers! Leave our neighbors alone!
This is the current situation in
They got an ambulance. Riot racket. Somebody looking to sue. Yeah, tow that pile of junk out of there. But who's claiming they're hurting the ambulance? Boy, I tell you. There you go. Average female at the No Kings protest. Ha 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 ha. Hi, Graybeard. How you doing? Nice to see you. Debbie, nice to see you. Let's see if I missed anybody. Rand Paul, I should put that in my thumbnail. Rand Paul's done. He's done in my book. So's this moron here. It's confirmed. It's undeniable. Rhinos, and I'm not just picking on Barack the Stain Obama, okay? Bill Kristol said he would vote for C0MMIE Mamdani for New York City mayor. Going back to Cuomo would be ridiculous, said Kristol. Vote for a commie. He's supposed to be a Republican. That is a rhino, buddy. They're no different. Here's somebody else getting exposed. New Jersey Democrat city councilman in Rutherford, Matthew Coakley, rips down a sign for Republican candidate for governor Jack Ciattarelli on a voter's lawn. They're so arrogant and they're terrified of losing their power. What are they going to do? What are they going to do if they can't be a worthless bureaucrat getting big money for being a worthless bureaucrat? What are they going to do? Couldn't even steal a sign right. He thought somebody was coming and he tried to stand there and act innocent. Let me see what this is. Oh. Yeah, let me see. This is Christina Aguirre News. Let me see. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Sponsored by Virginia Democrat Tim Kaine. Legislation targeted the national emergency President Donald Trump declared to put tariffs on Brazilian goods, including coffee, steel, and aircraft components. They're trying to take away Trump's ability to tariff Brazil. Remember, Brazil did the same fraud in their election, even had their own January and then 6th, right? Even had their own C0MMIE, same playbook that Pelosi used. So, Christine Aguirre News. The Republicans who voted against Trump are Mitch McConnell, Tom Tillis, Rand Paul, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins. All of them got to go. What the hell's going on in Kentucky? Well, Rand Paul permanently burned his bridge. And I don't know if he was made to do it or what. You know how he burned his bridge? Have you all heard what he called for? Here's another thing for you to put on your Meta. Hi, Sparky. Have you all heard Rand Paul's latest stunt? Let me see if I can find it. Put it in the chats if you heard. Oh, I don't think they had a picture of him. Yeah, here he is. Okay, have you all heard what Rand Paul did that I think is going to sink him? No question. We're going to get a MAGA senator in Rand Paul's seat and Mitch McConnell's seat. Kentucky is going to get cleaned out, and it's going to change the politics in that state for decades. Did you all hear what? Oh, okay. Tell me how he's going to survive this. Tell me he's not self-immolating. Senator Rand Paul. A clip with Tim Pool. I support bold reforms to Social Security to guarantee its long-term solvency. With Americans living longer, real change is non-negotiable. That's why I proposed raising the full retirement age to 70. A necessary step to keep Social Security sustainable for future generations. If we want this program to survive, we must act now. Are you insane? Do you know how many millions of illegal aliens have Social Security numbers? How about taking care of that, you idiot? You won't vote to open the government? You want to keep paying the illegals? How many friends did I tell you 6 months after they got eligible Social Security, they corked off? You want to take it to 70? He's finished. He's finished. He'll never live that down. Don't you all agree? Most of the people I'm talking about never worked a damn day in their life getting Social Security or some damn benefit from the government. And he wants people to work till they're 70 flipping years old. There's no coming back from that. Right there. No denying it. Rand Paul, too, as far as I'm concerned. Bill Kristol, Barack Hussein Obama, Mom Dummy, all these flipping weirdos. So I'm going to finish the broadcast up with this nice young lady here. You know, I always say it's nice to finish a broadcast when you can with a normal person, right? So anyway, what do I always say? I say thank you for spending your precious time with me. And I want to thank again Ann, Mike and Bev, Shannon, and Gary for helping out this week. I hadn't seen Angela. She helped out on the last day of last week. Thank you, Angela. Maybe she'll hear me on the replay. But anyway, folks, I hope you all have a great night, and I hope you enjoy this video. It's not a lunatic. It's not somebody with a hog ring in their nose, okay? Or tattoos on their face. So anyway, you all have a great night. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
This grown-ass man is telling other people to go harass 18-year-old Kai Trump at a golf tournament.
Always use the term DEI hire. Well, guess what? Kai Trump will now be a DEI LPGA golfer. I am asking for all PTL fans and anti-Trumpers out there to go to this LPGA event and bring up signs of her grandfather hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I implore all of you to yell on her backswing. She's not even a top 70 amateur junior golfer. The only reason why she got an LPGA Golf Tour exemption, maybe two reasons. The first, of course, being her last name, because her grandfather is Donald Trump. And perhaps the second reason is because her mother is dating somebody by the name of Tiger Woods. Both ridiculous.
You know what's ridiculous? Your entire video. And the fact that you're asking people to take time out of their day to go harass an 18-year-old at a sporting event. You sound very bitter. What do you think? That by attacking his granddaughter and harassing his granddaughter, that's some form of activism? No, it's not. I'll tell you what though, this is the exact type of behavior I would expect to see out of a beta liberal male. However, I want to point something out here, because this is where sheer hypocrisy comes in. He seems to be upset that she is taking somebody's spot when she didn't earn it. Well, there are plenty of men that have played in women's sports and won medals that they didn't deserve either. So, there's that. I can't recall anybody showing up to harass Chelsea Clinton for anything. Typical liberals.